Nobody remembers the name of the man who sold him, but the whole world remembers Spartacus. That's the first thing you need to understand about this story. The people who thought they owned him, the traitors, the guards, the generals who laughed when he was put in chains, every single one of them has been swallowed by history, gone, nameless, forgotten. And the slave they tried to break, still here, 2,000 years later. Let's go back to the beginning. Spartacus wasn't born into slavery. That matters. He was born free, a Thracian warrior from what is now Bulgaria. He fought, he was trained for war. At some point, the records are blurry here, he either deserted the Roman army or was captured fighting against it. Either way, Rome made a decision about him. They decided he was worth more as property than as a person. He was sold to Lentulus Batiatus, owner of a gladiator school in Capua, and that's where Rome made the single greatest mistake in its entire history. They handed him a weapon and taught him to use it better. 73 BC, Spartacus and 73 other gladiators had enough. They weren't planning a war, they just wanted out. They grabbed kitchen knives and cooking spits from the school's own kitchen. That's it. No army, no strategy, no grand plan for revolution. Just desperate men with kitchen knives and the decision that today was the day. They killed the guards, fought their way to the road, raided a weapons cart they found outside, and ran. Rome sent a small militia to bring them back. Spartacus destroyed it. And then something happened that Rome never saw coming. Word spread. Across the farms and the mines and the fields of Italy, slaves heard what happened in Capua. A gladiator broke out. He beat the soldiers they sent after him. He is free in the hills, and he is not running anymore. They came to him, hundreds, then thousands. Within months, Spartacus commanded an army of 40,000 people. Within 2 years, 100,000. Farm workers, miners, shepherds, prisoners of war, people who had never held a sword in their lives standing next to trained fighters, choosing Spartacus over the only life they had ever known, because he gave them something Rome had never once offered them, a reason to stand up. Here is what makes Spartacus not just a rebel, but a military genius. He didn't just survive, he won. Consul after consul marched their legions out to crush him. Spartacus broke them, every single one. He understood terrain, he understood morale, he understood that his people would fight harder than any professional soldier because they were not fighting for a paycheck or an empire. They were fighting to exist. He marched his army north toward the Alps. Freedom was right there. Cross the mountains, scatter, go home, disappear into the world. But his army voted to turn back south. They wanted to keep fighting. So he led them back down the entire length of Italy, all the way to the toe of the boot, looking for ships to cross to Sicily. The ships never came. He'd been betrayed by pirates who took his money and left. Trapped between the sea and 8 Roman legions, Spartacus made one final decision. He didn't surrender, he charged. He died in 71 BC fighting forward, surrounded, outnumbered 20-1. They never even found his body in the aftermath. The battlefield was too chaotic, too brutal, too final. Rome crucified 6,000 of his followers along the Appian Way, 200 miles of crosses, from Capua all the way to the gates of Rome. They left the bodies up for months. They wanted every slave in Italy to ride past and understand what the end of hope looked like. But they miscalculated, badly. Because you don't make someone a symbol by killing them. You make them a symbol by being so afraid of them that you have to line 200 miles of the road with their people just to feel safe again. Spartacus had no navy, no supply lines, no political allies, no treasury. He built an army of 100,000 from nothing, humiliated the most powerful military machine on earth for 2 years, and forced the Roman Senate to lie awake at night, wondering if the whole thing was going to fall apart. With kitchen knives. His name has outlasted the empire that tried to erase it. The generals who finally defeated him are footnotes. The man who sold him is dust and silence. And Spartacus, still here.